Okay, good day class. This audiovisual presentation is the last part of our lesson 2 and it's all about Slovin's formula. So, when do we use the Slovin formula? So, we use the Slovin formula to help us to decide kung ilan ba ang samples na pipiliin natin sa entire population. At the same time, by the use of this formula, we can also measure the reliability or kung tawagin natin is the margin of error ng bilang ng samples na pinili natin. So in order to determine the sample size of the population, we have a formula small n is equal to capital N over 1 plus capital N times E raised to 2. Where the small n stands for the sample size, capital N stands for population size, and E stands for margin of error. So let's start in example number 1. So sabi dito, a group of students is conducting a survey to find out the opinion of the residents of a particular barangay regarding in the oil price hike. So, meron daw pong group of students na nag-conduct ng survey in a particular barangay para tanungin ang opinion nito sa pagtaas ng bilihin ng langis. Okay, so if there are 8,000 residents in that barangay and the student researcher decide to use a sample with 10% margin of error, what should be the sample size? So, bale, ang hahanapin natin dito is yung sample size since ang researcher ay nag-decide na ang kanyang magiging margin of error is 10%. So now, let's identify the value that we needed. So for the capital N or for the population, we have here 8,000. Then, for the small e, stands for margin of error. Sabi dito, 10% daw. So ang 10% na to, i-convert po natin siya into decimal form. So, 10% divided by 100, that's equal to 0.1. So, first, let's use our solution. So, small n equals capital N over 1 plus capital N times E raised to 2. So, kapag sinubstitute po natin yung value ng capital N and small e, so it will become 8,000 over 1 plus 8,000 times 0.1 squared. So, first, evaluate muna po natin yung exponent. 0.1 squared, that is equal to 0.01. So, now, our equation become 8,000 over 1 plus 8,000 times 0.01. So, kapag minultiply po natin ang 8,000 and 0.01, that is equal to 80. Ayan po, nakita nyo naman sa calculator. So, now equals 8,000 over 1 plus 80. So, in the denominator, i-add lang natin yon. So, it will become 8,000 over 81. So, when we divide, so ito na yung lumabas. So, initially, i-round up natin into 2 decimal places. So, it will become, or we obtain, 98.77. But since ang hinahanap natin ay yung sample size, so dapat naka-round up siya as a whole number. Kasi tao, individual, yung kukuha natin ng sample, kaya dapat whole number. So, now, the sample size is 99 because the researcher decided to use a 10% margin of error. Okay, for our example number 2, sabi dito, suppose in example 1, the student researcher would like to use only 5% margin of error. So now, the question is, what should be the sample size? So ayun, so bali nag-decide ngayon ang researcher na babaan ang margin of error. So, from 10%, gagawin niya na itong 5%. So, kung 5% na lang ang margin of error, so, ilang sample size ang kakailanganin niya? So, again, we have a given total population or capital N is equal to 8,000. Then for the margin of error, 5%. And we need to convert it into decimal form. So 5% divided by 100, that's equal to 0.05. Now, let's use our formula. Small n equals capital N over 1 plus capital N times e raised to 2. So, isubstitute muna po natin yung ating total population saka yung margin of error. So, the equation become 8,000 over 1 plus 8,000 times 0.05 squared. So, evaluate natin step by step. Unahin na natin ang 0.05 squared. So, multiply by itself. So, that's equal to 0.0025. So, now, our equation become 8,000 over 1 plus 8,000 times 0.0025. Okay. Ang next na gagawin natin is multiplication. Ayan, yung naka-highlight na kulay red. I-multiply natin. So, the answer or the product is 20. So, dahil 20 ang product niya, so ang equation natin magiging 8,000 over 1 plus 20. Okay, then perform addition sa denominator. So, we have 8,000 over 21. Okay, so kapag dinivide natin, the quotient is, ayan, yung nasa calculator. Okay, ita-round up natin into 2 decimal places. So, we obtain 380.95 or kung i-round up natin into whole number, so that's equal to 381 samples. So since nag-decide ang researcher na babaan ang margin of error, ang naging effect naman nito, tumaas yung sample, naging 381. So now, let us compare the sample size that we obtain in example 1 and 2. So, it is very clear from example 1 and 2 that as the margin or the error margin decrease, the sample size increases. So, nakita nyo naman. So, noong nag-decide tayo na bawasan ang margin of error, ang naging effect nito, nangailangan tayo ng mas malaking sample. But, in some instances, researchers wanted to delimit their size due to budget and time constraint. With the desired sample size, researcher would like to estimate their margin of error. So this time, ang kailangan naman nating ma-identify is yung margin of error. So meaning, yung researcher, meron lamang siyang sample size na desire. So paano po kapag margin of error ang kailangan i-identify? Okay, so with algebraic manipulating the Slobin's formula, the margin of error can be estimated as follows. So, ito na nga po yung formula na gagamitin natin kapag margin of error ang ika-calculate natin or i-identify. So, E is equal to square root of capital N minus small n divided by small n times capital N. So, for our last example, example number 3, so, from a population of 800, researcher of limited resources decided to use only a sample of 50 respondents. So, this time, ang mga given natin ay population na 800 and sample na 50. So, estimates her amount of margin error. So, una, syempre, isulat muna natin or ilagay muna natin yung mga kakailanganin nating value. So, for capital N or population, we have 800. For small n, so sample, so it's equal to 50. And our formula, E is equal to square root of capital N minus N over N times capital N. So, isubstitute po natin yung mga value. So, our equation become square root of 800 minus 50 over 50 times 800. So, evaluate lang natin yung numerator and denominator. So, kapag in-evaluate natin, so the equation become square root of 750 divided by 40,000. So, yun po. So, let's perform division. So, kapag dinivide natin ang 750 sa 40,000, so, ayan po ang kanyang quotient. Okay? So, now let's write square root of 0.01875. Okay. So, kapag kinuha natin yung square root niyan, so that's equal to 0.1369. So, that's the decimal form of the margin of error. So, para makuha natin yung percent form, i-multiply natin sa 100. So, the margin of error is 13.69% because the researcher decided na ang gawing sample ay 50.